read this, we have 1. I know I saw that up there. I gotta go with official time. What are you doing, Bo man?
I'm just laughing.
What's funny right now?
Nothing. The little kids.
That was you not that long ago.
I know.
Just in case I say anything.
Good evening. I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting for the Essexville-Hampton Board of Education for the month of February. Please stand for the pledge. The flag right there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I should have had you lead it. You were fabulous.
Yeah.
Roll call, please.
Neary,
Here.
Levine, Moraski,
Yes.
Gordon, O'Neill,
Here.
Rushow,
Here.
Sandsburn.
Here.
5 present.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented this evening?
I'll make the motion to approve the agenda as printed.
Support. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Neary,
Yes.
Moraski.
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Rushow,
Yes.
Sandsburn.
Yes.
5 yes.
Next up is statements from the board, and I'm going to kick that off. We have Mindy Albright come forward, please. Mindy, on behalf of your 16 years of service, some in the classroom as an aide, and most recently at Garber, we want to thank you for all your years of service, dedication to the students, the staff, and obviously the parents that you speak to every day. So we have a little certificate for you. Thank you very much. Continuing with statements from the board, I'd like to continue speaking. I know, that's what I do. Over the years, social media has had a real positive impact on the world and a real negative impact on the world. In this past couple weeks, Essexville's been kind of impacted with some negativities, and we'd like to just know that the board is aware of the issues that we've been having with busing, the issues, not that it is an issue, but the thoughts on should we close school or not close school. Those decisions are done by our superintendent, and we support his decisions. I just wondered, Dr. Lewis, is there anything you'd like to add in regards to the busing or the snow day protocol?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. So a couple of thoughts. One, the process for deciding whether or not to close school is not one made by me in isolation, and it is not a decision that is made haphazardly. We typically start that process the day before. I communicate with all the other superintendents in the Bay Area ISD in our group messaging, and we try to decide collectively whether or not the temperature, the conditions warrant school closure or not. I communicate with our Director of Transportation, Facilities and Safety. We look at the weather conditions. I typically look at 3 different places to get the weather, so that's AccuWeather, as well as the Weather Channel and WeatherBug. WeatherBug allows me to also see real-time road conditions. Then on the day off, if there's any concerns about weather, I typically get up at 4 in the morning, or before 4 rather. I drive the roads myself to check the conditions. I go to each school to check the parking lots, to check the entrances. I drive the major roads, so Woodside, Pine, Nabobish, Borton. I drive Knight, Jones. I try to drive as many minor roads as possible. I don't exactly follow the bus routes, but I do drive the roads. And then I'm communicating that with the other superintendents as they're driving the roads as well. And then we make the decision together in terms of whether schools should close or not. Last Friday or the Friday before, which was the most recent day in question, all the superintendents had decided that we would be open. In Essexville, the temperature to decide to close school is -15. Most of the other districts use -20. And so we had not yet reached -15 based on those three different weather service reports. And the other districts definitely had not reached -20. So we all decided to open for that Friday. And then at around 6:05, 6:02, 6:05 that Friday morning, some of the other districts decided, due to mechanical reasons, that they could not remain open, so they decided to close. For us, by then it was too late. Buses had already started the process of going out to pick up students, and it still ultimately did not meet the threshold for us to close. So that's why we stayed open on that Friday. So I know there were lots of questions on social media about that Friday, and I got calls and I got emails as well. But folks should know, I do drive the roads, and I'm happy for folks to come out and drive the roads with me in the morning. So the next time it's looking like the weather is going to be challenging, email me and we can drive it together and we can see the same things. B, I don't make the decision alone. I talk to our Director of Safety, Transportation, and Facilities. I look at the weather reports. And C, all the superintendents in the Bay Aranac ISD try to make the decisions together. Of course, we can't always do that because the conditions in All Gray, sometimes it's snowing up there and it's not snowing down here. But we all try to be aligned as best as possible. All right, and I do really try to make sure that we keep the safety of our students as the top priority. I would also just say to folks that there is a safety component, but then there's also the student component, right? And so for many of our students, when schools closed, that will be the only warm meal that those students will get for that day. And for some of our students, our classrooms, our buildings are warmer and or safer than their home environments. And so if we're closed, we're taking away from some of our most vulnerable students 2 warm meals for the day, as well as a warm environment. Now, certainly, we don't put the needs of some over the needs of others, and we will certainly try to come up with ways to think about how to make sure that our most vulnerable students, when we do have to close, that they can still have access to a hot meal and blankets and things of that nature. But I take all of those variables into considerations when making closure decisions. So rest assured. And then in transportation, yes, I do know that, because I get all the emails and text messages too every time that there's a change in transportation. I'll start by saying nationally, statewide, regionally, there is a shortage of qualified bus drivers. We certainly, I don't think we're the highest paid district in bus drivers, but we're certainly not the lowest paid. And we try to advertise the role. One of our full-time drivers did have a medical condition, which is required that he's going to be out for the next 6 to 8 weeks. And then we've had some scheduling issues with some of our substitute drivers, but we've been trying to hire. I'm glad to say that We've hired 2 new drivers last week, 1 substitute, and 1 that's going to fill in for the driver who's out on medical leave. So we should see a significant decrease in the transportation disruptions, and we continue to hire more drivers as well. We're also looking at working with external companies to try to help support with helping us to find short-term drivers, lease drivers, substitute drivers. So we're doing everything that we can to try to minimize disruptions to transportation. So we know it's an issue. I do see all the messages, and if I don't see it myself, someone sends it to me, and I get all your emails, and it is something that we are actively trying to address, I can assure you.
Thank you. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I just know it's a hot topic in our community, and being that we're now streamed for all to see, I think it's important that we address
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Any other statements from the board?
I would like to piggyback off of what he said. The hot meal thing, NHS just put out like 40 bags of like hot and like cold foods for kids in need. So if anybody wants one, they're at Garber, and you can talk to Ms. Habs.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Statements from the superintendent.
Me again, yes. All right, so quickly want to recognize a couple of things here. Starting with, of course, February is Black History Month. And so I'm not going to read word for word what's there, but I do want to take the moment for us to just recognize that history is all around us. It's not just in our textbooks. And the things that we're doing today, the decisions that we are making today as a school leadership team, as a board, as a community, are going to be things that in a couple of years will be history that future generations will be learning about. And so I say that to say that the things that we do, the things that we say, someone's always watching. We're making history whether we know it or not. And so as we celebrate Black History Month, let us just be mindful and show deference and respect to those who came before us, who helped to make history and helped to pave the way for where we are, both as a society, as a district, and as a nation today, while still acknowledging that there's still a lot farther for us to go. The month of February is also Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. And so I know in a couple days, everyone's getting ready for Valentine's Day. But we also want to make sure that our young people are making safe and healthy choices. I had the opportunity today to visit Kramer and popped into a few classrooms. And one of the classrooms we got to see on our Kramer visit was Mrs. Shapansky's class. And it was great to see that the topic was around making healthy choices, including relationships in terms of friendships, how to be different types of communication style. So passive communicator versus assertive versus aggressive, and really encouraging students to know and understand their values and have that be at the center of their decision making, communications. So as our young people are learning and growing and exploring themselves, and eventually, as much as many of us as adults and parents don't want them to, they will eventually date. We want to encourage them to do so in a healthy manner, and to make smart choices. So again, February is also Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month, and we encourage our parents to talk to their young people about making healthy and safe choices. Last week, kicking off February, was National School Counselor Appreciation Week, and that's the 2nd through the 6th. And we have some amazing counselors in our district, and just want to take a quick moment to recognize them, thank them for all their tireless efforts that they do to support our young people. February also has National School Resource Officer Appreciation Day, and that's coming up on the 15th. and we are very fortunate to have a dedicated school resource officer, Officer Kevin Spiker, who is also a parent in the district. Last Monday, we had a great meeting regarding safety with Officer Spiker from Essexville, and then representing Hampton Township was Officer Nouveau. And both Essexville Public Safety and Hampton Township Police Department are just strong supporters of the district. They're here when you need them, and so we appreciate Officer Spiker, the entire public safety departments at City of Essexville-Hampton Township, and all the SROs across the region, state, and country. Thank you for helping to keep our schools and our young people safe. February 17th rather, is National PTA Founders Appreciation Day. And so we are pleased to share that we are starting our new Duke Parent Ambassadors program. We had a number of parents apply to be a part of our district-wide parent ambassador group, and we narrowed it down to 20 parents. I do want to give a special shout out to the only 2 male parents in the group there. But we're excited to have a district-wide parent organization. The first meeting is coming up, I think, in a couple of weeks. And so thank you to all the parents who actively support the district and who take the time to volunteer in various ways. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying September. Already thinking about next year. February 17th is also National School Bus Driver Appreciation Day, and very timely and appropriate that earlier I talked about transportation. These are our amazing drivers, and one of the new drivers I mentioned, Miss Wendy Friend, who is not entirely new to the district. She's photographed there. So thank you to our bus drivers for getting our kiddos to and from school safe and sound every single day, as well as for transporting our student athletes so that they can compete and bring home the hardware back to our district. And finally, February 23rd through 27th is National Public School Week. Public schools are the cornerstone of our community, and so it's just really important that we recognize, we continue to support our public schools. So as we celebrate National Public Schools Week this year, I want to encourage everyone to stay engaged, attend the board meetings if you can't attend in person, and I don't know if we can at some point have the camera pan to the crowd so we can see all the beautiful kiddos and their parents who are here at this evening's board meeting. Everyone looks camera ready, don't worry about it. So if you can't join in person, you can watch online. I also want to encourage folks to be champions of the district. So I do see all the comments on social media, but I also see the comments of the folks who say, but hey, this is what the district's doing right. So we need more folks to spread the message and be champions of the district. And finally, there's no better way to celebrate National Public Schools Week than to be an advocate for public schools and public education in our country. Our district needs you now more than ever, especially as we consider a bond for this year. Public schools are underfunded. And things like a bond and your support for things like bonds help to keep our public schools strong. So that, I believe, are the superintendent's statements for this month.
Very good, thank you. Any statements from the public at this time? Anyone want to get up and share anything? All right, moving on. Can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Borowski?
Yes.
O'Neill?
Yes.
Rothschild?
Yes.
Neary?
Yes.
Sandsburg?
Yes.
5 yes.
Next up, the committee reports, beginning with the Garber student representatives.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We're here to share the student update for the month of February and give a quick update on what's going on around Garber High School. Clubs and activities. The Play Bat Boy was performed. It's like a love fest. That was performed and had a great turnout. Drama is now beginning rehearsals for the musical Shrek, which I'm very excited to watch. Student Council has had a very busy month. Charity Week was held and we raised over $4,000 for the Miracle League. So Student Council collectively chose a charity to fund for, and we chose them. It's Field in Midland that is this accessible to all disabilities. So we rose $4,000 for that. Let's see here. Fundraiser and events included bake sales, raffle drawings, and a snowball dance, volleyball game at the pep assembly, and other activities.
Okay, as far as sports go, winter sports are going strong. The girls and boys basketball are still competing, and that basically wraps that up.
Academically, things are going very well. Students are staying focused. I know our 10th grade students just recently had the opportunity to visit the Career Center, which was a great experience. You got to pick your top 3 places or careers you wanted to visit and kind of test the waters for next year, so that was very interesting.
As far as student life, Charity Week brought the school together. We had a big dance, and that raised the most money for us. And it was great to see many students involved in such a meaningful cause. I personally volunteer at the Miracle Fields all the time, and I enjoy watching the kids, and they have fun, and they feel important, and they feel like they belong, and I love that. So they're trying to raise money to get one in Bay City, and I would personally love to have one in Bay City so I can volunteer more. And that's that.
Thank you. Excellent. Well done, Alexa and Abby both. Great job. Next up, the Finance Committee. Mr. Nearing.
Thank you. The Finance Committee met earlier today and discussed a number of topics, some of them old business, some of them new. Under the old business, the 27L2 fund. This was the state of Michigan funding for additional funding for what the state terms as educator. They don't give a lot of definition to what they consider educators, so we've been working with neighboring districts to try and define that term. So the committee worked with Dr. Lewis and some of the other staff members to kind of give our thoughts in terms of who we thought should be qualifying for this, and some of the guidelines that we wanted to use for the distribution of this money, so that we were in compliance with some of the other local districts. Dr. Lewis is going to take our suggestions and come back with a framework that matches up with the other districts, so that we're in kind of in the same type of timing as when the other districts are going to be making those payments as well too. He's going to document those suggestions and bring that to the board at the next meeting, so that we can have a resolution that he will then be able to present to the various employee groups of the district to get their support as well too. We also revisited the FAFSA Challenge Fund that the district had been awarded, that we talked about last meeting. Previously, that had been about $66,000. That has now increased to $89,000. So we've been able to increase the amount of funding that we've been receiving. We're still going to do the same type of funding breakdown that we had thought last time for field trips and incentives, and some of the work on the presentation systems of the district. But we're also going to increase the money that will be spent on the actual Essexville personnel that will help to get our students to be more prepared for filling out for their FAFSA. And Mr. O'Neill, I think you had a question last time about the actual definition of the challenge and what we had to accomplish with that. And kind of the only thing that we are required to do is to make it kind of a formal, I don't want to say policy, but a formal resolution that the board supports the completion of the FAFSA for students that are going to be entering college as their defined kind of path after college. So Miss Abbs, the counselor at Garber, did not think that it was going to be much of an issue to make that part of our kind of formal policies as well too. So that will be upcoming at a future board meeting that we'll have to make that resolution as well too. On the new business, the district is doing an RFP for health insurance with a new company. It's something that's required every 3 years by Michigan law. That's just getting kicked off. A company called Essexville will be helping us do that and kind of researching the different options besides our current provider. They'll be coming back in the kind of late summer with some different options that we can then take a look through and see what is available and present to some of our different union groups for their analysis as to the different health insurance policies that we might want to consider once we get towards open enrollment in the November timeframe. The Finance Committee also looked at some reporting that Mrs. Jezierski has come up with, just so that that will be available to the board on an ongoing basis. Nothing to share in terms of new kind of like reporting for right now, but just some of the analysis and how she will be presenting going forward. So that is still in process as well. And then we also just briefly touched on the amount of student activity fees that the district has been collecting, and what is the kind of the policy for other neighboring districts in how we compare with some of our neighbors as to whether or not they're collecting those fees or things like that, if we should choose to continue that policy going forward next school year as well. So any questions from the Finance Committee? That is all. Thank you.
Mr. President, could I just underscore the point that for the 27L2 fund, it will have to be bargained. So we are trying to come up, as Mr. Nera mentioned, with a framework for potentially what the district positions will be, but no decision is being made, and no decision will be made without that first being bargained with the various employee groups. I just want to underscore that for anyone listening.
Yeah, that was kind of our thoughts. That would be the way that we thought would be the kind of the starting basis.
Yeah.
Would you say that's a fair point?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Next item on the agenda is, I'm assuming why everyone's here today, for the Bush Student Showcase.
All right, guys, you waited so patient. Do you have a clicker?
All right, you guys can line up right in front of this table, and you're going to face it up to your parents, okay? You spread down there, and you go down a little bit, Lainey, come stand right here. Perfect, Luke, you come stand next to Lainey right here, and then you can stand next to Brendan over here. Just let down a little bit.
Yeah.
Just lay down and see what we're okay?
Just to the Harris.
Okay. All right, you guys ready? Okay. Hi, my name is Rachel Klass, and I am a kindergarten teacher here at Bush. And today we just wanted to share a little bit about things we've been doing in our classroom throughout the school year. So I am a part of the Dow Sustainability Teacher Fellowship this year. So it began with professional development in the summer, leading through the whole year, and it is for all K-12 teachers across various content areas in designing, implementing place-based, project-based learning, using various approaches with sustainability. So the teacher fellows are supported through professional development, connecting with community partners, and we get access to sustainability education resources and then a mini grant, which helps us to fund a lot of what we did throughout the school year. And for this school year, the 25-26 one, it really focused on climate change in our Saginaw Bay watershed. And just a little plug for any K-12 teachers out there, it is rolling applications right now for next school year. And teachers can do it by themselves or with a group of teachers, which just increases the mini grant as well. So that is open right now for next school year. So we're just going to dive into kind of a walk into what our school year has been like so far up until February, and obviously we have a lot of school year left that we're going to keep doing as well. So we kicked it off with the Cluck Oink Moo program at Chippewa Nature Center back in September. We still have our summer tans here. So we explored how farm animals provide food and other products like meat, milk, cotton, brushes, things that we didn't even know that came from animals that we got to explore. This kind of helped us to reflect what will happen if we don't take care of our earth and our animals, and what kind of products would we not have. This kind of helped emotionally set the stage for our thinking about how our human actions can impact our environment. Callie and Elena, did you girls want to share a little bit? Okay, go ahead, Callie.
I like to milk the cows.
Yes, we all got to practice milking the cows. Yeah, and what about you, Elena?
Did you know that some pillows are made out of chicken feathers?
Yeah, and when we were there, we actually got to collect all the chicken feathers, right? And we got to stuff them into pillows. Yeah. And Lainey, did you want to share something we did? With the paintbrushes.
And we got to paint a fence with paintbrushes made out of pig hair.
Yeah, so we get paintbrushes from pig hair, and so we got to paint a fence with the brushes that came from the pig hair. Yeah. So upon return back to school, we got to kind of talk together about what type of actions hurt the earth, what type of actions help the earth, and what does this really mean for us and what we can do in our everyday life. So we just kind of started investigating those questions to kind of think about what our focus was going to be. Brendan, do you want to share a little bit about what we talked about?
Littering is bad for the earth.
For sure.
Picking up litter is good for the earth.
Absolutely. So we kind of just started brainstorming, just a word dump of all the things that we kind of thought about after we came back from that, so that we could kind of focus in on our driving question and what our project was really going to look like this year. So that kind of led us to our driving question, which was, what habits can we practice every day to help take care of our earth, even as young as 5 and 6?
And 7?
So that, and 7, well, yes. So that led to our project, say it with me, Tiny Habits, Big Impact. So this is our kindergarten action project that we've been working on to help the students see that their small everyday choices really can make a big difference for our earth. So through hands-on experiences, like all the things you're going to see that's talk about today, these students have learned that they do have the power to help protect the environment. So a big part of this fellowship is working with community partners. So we have done a lot with community partners throughout the year, and we still have more that we're working with. So some of the partners we've worked with were Chippewa Nature Center, the Midland Recycling Center and Landfill that we went to, Park Ranger Andrea from Shiawassee National Refuge came out here. We had beekeepers come, the Michigan Avian Experience came, and then this week actually Sarah Archer from Five Heart Earthworms Farm is coming to help us with our compost that you'll see in just a little bit. So those are just some of our community partners that have come up as we've been doing our project throughout the year. Okay, so then in November, we headed to the Midland Landfill and Recycling Center, and actually many of the parents in here got to come with us today. We filled the bus with parents and students, and we got to come see what it was really like when we went there. So we drove our bus up onto the landfill, we climbed to the very top, we got to see dump trucks dumping lots and lots of trash into the landfill, birds flying everywhere. People asked a lot of great questions. Riley, do you want to talk a little about one of your favorite parts from when we went? Yeah, we got to run all the way up the hill, and Riley actually was asking some great questions like, what will happen if this landfill is filled up? And it was like silence on the bus. Like, that's a real problem that we're facing, and we're running out of space, and what can we do then to kind of help this? And then we got to go next door to the recycling center, where we got to see all the different things that you can recycle, what they make into them, what can't recycle, why you should empty out your milk jugs, and what happens if you don't, different things like that. Oh yeah, Jake, what did you want to share? Did you want to share something about the recycling center? Yeah, we were talking about that, how with your cardboards you can make box forts and other things instead of just throwing them away or recycling them. So just thinking about ways to reuse the things we have. Yes. So then when we came back, we kind of did a recycling audit and said, okay, wow, there's so many things we could be doing. What is feasible in our building? Do we have recycle bins in our building? Does everyone have one? Do people know what we can put in them? So Jake, do you want to tell us a little bit about our recycling bin audit?
You can put any type of food in there.
And when we came back, what did you guys walk around and do to each classroom?
Check off the recycling bin.
We came in and we asked them, we said, do you have a recycling bin? And we either checked yes or no. And then, Jake, what did we do when we had the list of who needed recycle bins?
We gave them to them.
Yeah, we reached out to Mr. Carl and we sent him an email and we said, hey, we need 10 recycle bins here at Bush. And so we got 10 recycle bins, we delivered them. And on top of that, we had been trying to figure out what we could recycle. Was it cardboard? Was it paper? It kind of depended on who you asked sometimes. So we did get to the bottom of it. Mr. Carl called for us and we can recycle paper, cardboard, and plastic here. So all great news. We made sure everybody had a bin and we've been working on a lot about recycling and making sure that we know what can go in there. Yeah. So on top of that too, we were talking about what else can we do other than recycling, right? We can use less food waste. There's a lot of food that comes in and out, and how can we make sure that we're not just throwing it away so that we're having to make more, etc. So Luke, do you want to tell them what we did?
We have a sign that goes on the shared food.
We do. We put a nice sign on our shared food bin. So this purple bin lives in the Bush cafeteria. And when students are picking up their food or eating their lunch, if there's something that they don't open, they are allowed to put that in the bucket. And then if someone wishes they had a banana that day, they can go grab the banana. Obviously, we talked a lot about not stuff that you've taken one bite of and decided you didn't like it, but just things we haven't licked or touched or opened. But this is great, and this is run super well in Bush in the cafeteria. The kids know how to use it, so we made sure we put a nice sign on there so that everyone knew where to find it. Okay, and then this was a part of our journey that just kind of came up on us, which was awesome. Sarah Bonnet, the librarian at Garber, actually knew that I was doing the fellowship, and we've had a lot of like-minded conversations about how we can help our earth, and so she actually offered us a worm composter. So we've been doing some vermicomposting, and this is something, Brennan, you want to tell them a little bit about it?
So, we had to. We didn't know what to feed the worms, so we had to look on YouTube videos.
Yeah, we've had to do lots of research, haven't we? Because we didn't really know a lot about this, and we still don't. We're learning every day. So we've been doing a lot of research, watching YouTube videos during snack and figuring out what we can bring and what we can't bring. And Lainey, what kind of snacks can we put in there?
We could put eggshells,
Yeah.
like apples, banana peels.
Like healthy food. So it's actually been inadvertently making my students want to bring healthy snacks because they want to contribute to the compost bin. So that was kind of something that happened that we hadn't really planned either. And then Brennan, did you have a fun fact for them?
A lot of people touch dirt in one day, but dirt is actually worm too.
Worm poop, so you're touching worm poop. You heard it here, you heard that right. And they do, they poop in the bin, and that helps them compost, yeah. It's a fun fact. And then we do have Sarah Archer from the 5-H Earthworm Farm. She does field trips, but she also will come to us. So she is coming to us this Wednesday actually with new worms and new dirt to help us kind of revive our bin and maybe make a second bin and just kind of teach us about what we can be doing with it. Yeah, 2 maybe. So then in November, we had Park Ranger Andrea come from Shiawassee National Refuge. And so she came and talked to us about all the different types of pollinators. Girls, you want to tell us a little bit about some pollinators?
Hummingbirds, honeybees, bats, and butterflies. And the wind.
And even the wind, that was like a big one that we were like, whoa, yeah, I guess the wind could be a pollinator. So learning a lot about that. So she came, read us a story, we made a craft, and we talked all about the different types of pollinators that we have out there and why pollinators are important and why we need to then take care of the earth for our pollinators. And then, speaking of pollinators, we really dove into the bees, and we invited a few beekeepers to our school, and all of kindergarten got to see this. And Jake, do you want to tell us a little bit about what they brought or what we did or what we saw?
We got honey sticks.
Honey sticks. Everyone got a honey stick.
I got to try a
Our friend Bennett, actually. Bennett got to try on the beekeeper outfit, which was super awesome. We got to touch, what did we touch?
beeswax.
Beeswax, yeah. We got to like feel honeycombs and beeswax. And who's in charge, Jake, in the beehive?
The
The queen bee. Yep.
The king bee, which is Jake.
Oh, yes, we learned all about, we learned a lot about honey production and the life cycle of bees and how they make great pollinators and all the different things that come from them pollinating. So that was super fun, and we'll definitely keep them coming back because it was super engaging for all the kids, and as adults, we all learned a lot too. And then most recently in January, right after break, we had the Michigan Avian Experience come. And again, this was for all of kindergarten, not just my class, so it's brought a lot of great opportunities just to our building and our grade level, not just my 21 students. So this really helped the students understand how animals will depend on our healthy habitat within that Saginaw Bay watershed. So we learned about birds of prey. It was the Birds of Prey program. They brought 3 birds of prey. Lainey, do you want to tell us who they brought?
They brought a red-tailed hawk.
Red-tailed hawk.
Owl.
Barred owl.
And a bald.
A bald eagle. It was super cool, right in front of the American flag. It was really awesome. And then do you want to tell them something really goofy that happened?
And the red-tailed hawk pooped.
It did poop. It did poop. She did warn us that he was going to be a little nervous, and when she took him out of his cage, that he might poop, and he did right where you guys are sitting is where he pooped. But we got to learn a lot about their roles in the ecosystem and how our human actions then impact the environment that these animals need to survive. So again, these small everyday choices like caring for our land and reducing pollution can have a big impact on protecting wildlife in our watershed. So a lot of ways of weaving all this in, even with these young students. There's just a video of the bald eagle. It was super cool. It was, yeah. So again, just our connection to that Saginaw Bay watershed. These experiences have helped the students see how our school, homes, wildlife, and water all are connected through our Saginaw Bay watershed, and learning about all these things kind of helps us see that our everyday choices can make an impact, again, even at the young age of 5 and 6. So our next steps. Lainey, do you want to tell them about our next steps?
So we're making a class book about how we can make tiny habits that can make a big impact.
We are actually writing and illustrating our own book right now that we're getting published. So they've been paired up, and we've been doing the whole writing process, which has been super fun all together. And everybody's writing about a different topic on their page, which we're getting published, and then we'll put in our library, in our classroom library, and parents will have the option to purchase it. So that's what we're working on right now. And then we've been working with Mr. Hugo to make some garden beds for some pollinator plants for the end of the school year, and then looking forward to Earth Day in April. We would like to do a pledge with the whole school in the hallway, and our book will be published by then, so we'll have all the classes read the book and kind of teach everyone that everyone can be doing these small habits that will help make a big impact. And that's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
You guys want to take a bow?
Should we get a photo? So, should we stand up so the parents can get a photo with everyone?
Yes.
Come on board. We could just stand in the back. Parents, feel free to take as many photos. We know this is a big day for you guys as well.
You can stand up. You don't have to stand up.
Okay, smile, you guys.
Say cheese. Chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. Chicken
Good job, everyone.
Good job, everyone.
Well done.
We did bring the composter, so don't all rush at once, but after we can show you the worms.
This is usually the point where I say, you don't have to stay. Next item is action items. Number 1, the out-of-state travel for 8th grade to Cedar Point. Do I have a motion to approve the out-of-state travel for the 8th graders to go to Cedar Point?
I will make a motion to approve the out-of-state travel for Kramer's annual trip to Sandusky, Ohio on May 18th, 2026.
Support. Moved and supported. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Gershaw.
Yes.
Mary.
Yes.
Borowski.
Yes.
Sanford.
Yes.
5 yes.
Next up is the out-of-state travel, a request for the Garber softball spring training annual trip to Fort Myers. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion for out-of-state travel to Fort Myers, Florida for the Garber softball spring training.
Support.
Moved and supported. Discussion? Roll call, please.
Russia,
Yes.
Fearing,
Yes.
Boraski,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Sandsburn.
Yes.
5 yes.
Next item is the district calendar for the years 2026 to 2029. Is there anything you'd like to add before we make a motion, Dr. Lewis?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just that it was a quick and smooth process. We appreciate the partnership of our teachers union led by the amazing Ms. Tanya Bowler. It was a smooth process. The members supported it, and we are happy to share with our families and community school calendars for the next 3 school years.
Thank you. I'll make the motion to approve the district calendar for 2026 to 2029 as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported. Discussion? Roll call?
Fearing,
Yes.
Boraski,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Russia,
Yes.
Sandsburn.
Yes.
5 yes.
Next action item is the curriculum guide update for virtual learning and courses.
Yes, Mr. President, just as the district is required to approve course curricula for all students, in the rare exceptions where we do have elementary students who are taking courses virtually, we do need to approve that as well. The virtual component for these exceptions is also the same virtual component that we use at the secondary level.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the curriculum guide update?
I'll make a motion to approve the virtual elementary curriculum guide as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported. Discussion from anyone? Roll call, please.
Boraski,
Yes.
O'Neill,
Yes.
Russia,
Yes.
Fearing,
Yes.
Sandsburn.
Yes.
5 yes.
At this time, do we have any statements from the public that are remaining? Any statements from the Board of Education? I would like to make a motion at 6:46 p.m. to adjourn.
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same.
We're adjourned.